everyone, and welcome to All the Mods Gravitas. We are back. We're doing our thing. Now, what is that thing? It's a whole lot of nothing. In the last episode, we made this. It's a bunch of coke bricks. What do? Currently, they do nothing. In order to make them work, we need one of these, an engineer's hammer. Now, to get that, we need twigs and string. Easy. We can do it. We can make that happen. We also need wrought iron sheets. These require an anvil that will work a wrought iron double ingot into a wrought iron sheet. So what does that mean, you might be wondering? Well, that means we need a wrought iron anvil. Okay? Bear with me. Wrought iron anvil needs wrought iron double ingots as well. Okay, sure. To get those, you weld 2 wrought iron ingots together. And to do that, you need just a previous tier. So I believe that would be a bronze anvil. So we were working on that last episode. On top of that, to get the wrought iron ingots, you need, here we go, you need a refined iron bloom, or you need molten wrought iron. You need one or the other, right? We've got neither. So yeah, and the bloomery, in case you're wondering about that, that's a lot more bronze as well. So yeah, and now you might be thinking, okay, sure, you need some bronze, make it happen. Bada bing, bada boom. I was trying to make some bronze, and I accidentally put some brass in there. And so now this entire pot, as far as I know, is useless. I actually forgot to check the comments, so I'll quickly read those and see if my suspicions were confirmed. The mixture is wasted, I've been told. Okay, yeah. 1 alloy at a time. Makes sense. Okay. I mean, we can do it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this vessel here. That means we will have to heat it up again, and currently we've got no charcoal. But we'll heat that up, and we'll just empty the whole thing into a vessel, and then we'll probably throw the vessel in the bin or something. But that's fine. So the bronze mission was a pretty big fail. We obviously need more charcoal. When do we not? Which is just another little annoyance. So yeah. So what's the plan? I'm clearly stalling a little bit here. And also, I do apologize if my voice is a little bit gone today. I've been talking a lot today, so I guess that's what's done it. Now, another thing we did is we did mess around with the bees. And so as you can see, some of these are already profiting. And in terms of spreading the bees, it's working really well. What that means is that if we so choose, we can harvest some of these bees and we can get our hands on some beeswax, which means we can steal some bricks and we can make a cellar. So if we head down here, this is where the cellar was going to be. Obviously, we've got some torches here that we can reignite. They'll probably be burnt out the next time we're down here anyway. And we have a climate station. In order for this guy to work, all these walls and ceilings, so probably going to have to rearrange the building a bit again, they need to be cellar block. Pretty simple. So if we look, I don't even know if we have any made. I believe if you search cellar, there's no like cellar block, allegedly. But I believe what you do is you get a brick, and you need to seal it, I believe. So sealed brick, for example. Yeah, here we go, sealed bricks. So we can grab any type of bricks, surround the beeswax with it, and we get sealed bricks. And that is pretty much it. So I think we can sort of do that. What I'll definitely need to do is make some more bricks. Now, we've got plenty of mortar left over, a little bit extra as well. Snacks and whatnot. So yeah, we'll do that. Now, to do that, if we click on any of these bricks, we need to make the actual brick, and then we combine it with mortar. The actual brick is a chisel and the loose variant. So, for example, we grab this chisel. We grab something. Like, what do we want to make it out of? I guess it doesn't matter too much. But we could grab limestone cobble, for example. Turn that into loose limestone. And then just pair that up with a chisel. And as you can see, we make some bricks. And so we can turn all of these into bricks, and we'll get 2 stacks out of half a stack of the actual cobble, right? So that's pretty cool. And then we just combine it with mortar, and that gets us the bricks. So I combine this, so it's going to be like boom, 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 with mortar all around, and then we can paste in that recipe. There we go. And so now I've got a decent amount of bricks. Honestly, possibly enough. Possibly enough, like genuinely. Now we also have a knife. We may need another knife later, but for now it should be fine. And we'll head over here, and I may harvest some of these. Now, we have a few options in terms of harvesting. What we can do is we can ignite the flames down here, and then we can easily take stuff out. Or we can wait until it's nighttime. I don't really know what the best option is. That's clearly the sun up there, so I think there's actually a lot of day left. I think. I could be wrong. So, in that case, we need a burnable. That's not too bad. We can probably get away with just chopping this down. I may scythe a little bit of it. The hickory trees, as you can see, they grow very tall, and honestly, I think they are very, very worth it. So if we can get our hands on stuff, I mean, we might as well, right? Oh, I was looking through at different things we can burn to see like if there was a better fuel we could make. There's driftwood and stuff, there's peat, but there's also a stick bundle, right? Oh, a stick bunch and a stick bundle. So that would actually be a decent amount of sticks to make that thing. So we'll probably just stick with the logs. I think that will be the easier option. You know what? I think the sun is setting. We may just wait because I feel like it is a waste of logs just lighting all these fires with logs just to harvest the bees out of them. All right, I believe if I top this up with water, and of course our water broke. Oh, we fixed it somehow. I think I can turn my flour into like a dough. So that obviously just gives us the flour back. But if I do this, yeah, we get rye flatbed and flatbread. And it looks like you get a decent amount. So if I just quickly put some of this stuff away, so I actually get some inventory back. I'm curious as to whether we can do it with like less, if that makes sense. So for example, can I put this in with water? I can. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, look at that. So now we've got rye flatbread dough, and then we can cook that into rye flatbread, or we can just eat it as it is, but it does nothing. So yeah, we would want to cook it. And this thing's so slow to cook. Alright, well anyway, it is nighttime, and so we can come over here and harvest this stuff. So I guess we'll start at the end, why not? Now obviously we don't want to harvest the good perks, we want to get rid of like, I guess the parts we don't want, right? So I'll probably do these left side ones, they seem to not have as good as these ones. So we're going to grab the knife, and you just right click, and as you can see, it harvests them, and then they're empty, and they're good to go for the next time. Yeah, mutant one. Do I want mutant one? I don't know. I'll probably get rid of these two. All right, the harvesting's going pretty well. I've got about 12 pieces of beeswax, which is probably enough, maybe, because it lasts a while, right? Like, you know, it's a pretty big ratio. So we can make 3 half stacks, or I guess 3 stacks in this mod pack. Now there is a slight problem, which you probably realize, which is I don't really know what's going to fall and what's not going to fall. For example, if I do this, is that fine? Or like, I don't really know. I feel like I want to rip the wall off and replace the wall with it. That makes sense to me. But then again, I wanted to put like a door, which means I feel like we want it to be like this and like that. If I break these supports, do you think the entire building is going to fall on my head? I'll tell you what, I think it's awfully possible. Does that make me concerned? Slightly. Alright, we'll also need a sealed door, so I figured I should probably make this, although that needs brass rods, which we don't have. We can make them. That won't be too much of a hassle. I mean, I'll obviously need to actually get some charcoal, which might be a bit of a hassle, but I'm sure we can make it happen. Alright, so I'm making some charcoal over there. That'll be fine. It'll figure out what it's doing. In the meantime, I believe we want to rip up pretty much this entire floor and replace it with the cellar blocks again, or the sealed bricks, to make it a roof. So we'll give that a shot. Now, I am a little bit concerned in terms of the corners. Like, for example, I'm just doing, like, the roof, but I don't know if you need to do, like, the corners. You know what I mean? Actually, I think we are we getting the corners? I guess if I place them there intentionally. We might as well, I guess, while it's open. But in terms of, like, the floor corners and maybe even the wall corners, I don't know if we've placed blocks in there. If that makes sense, if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. If we come down here, can I do that? Awesome. So that'll go there. Yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so the entire floor slash roof of the cellar is placed, like the roof. Obviously, we don't have the floor placed, and we don't even have the door, so it's still not working. But yeah, you know, I don't know, but yeah, that's where we're at. If I break this, does the roof fall? No. Okay. All right, let's turn marble into bricks, and we'll do the exact same thing. So there's stuff in there with the chisels, so on and so forth. Oh, does that mean that I need more, It means I need more of the beeswax. Honestly, listen, we get hit by a few bees, but it's not the end of the world. It's not that annoying, I guess. I'll switch these two. Boom, boom. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, let's try this again. Boom. Nice. Okay, so when you harvest it, it doesn't look like they attack you anyway. It must just be taking the stuff out that does the harming. So I feel I can probably get away with taking the top two. Some of these are pretty good, I imagine. I'm not entirely sure how the process works in terms of what's good and what isn't, but yeah. All right, sweet. We have a decent amount of the bricks, so let's go ahead and slap them under here. Build the floor out. Now, this room may be too small. Maybe. I don't know. But I think it'll be easier to expand it once we know how it works and everything's good to go. So obviously I need the door. I am curious if I just cover it up, if that works too. And I'm also curious as to whether this even works on that edge part, or if it needs to be like this. Yeah, there we go. So now it's ready. This room is a cellar of 45 blocks. If I break this open, it still says it's a cellar, but if I update it, it's not. And obviously we want it to be legit, at least to a certain extent. So once this charcoal's done, we'll heat up some brass and do that. I think. Now the reason I say I think is because if brass melts at orange, which means it'll possibly be hot enough from a campfire. Did we have a campfire close by? If we did, it's not there anymore. Yeah. Maybe. It might be doable. We might be able to get away with cheesing it a little bit. Alright, so for example, if we chuck a log in here and light it up, maybe put in a few extra logs just to make sure it's safe. Will this brass heat up hot enough that it can be worked? Is the question. And I'm not sure. It's obviously it's going to go up to a dark red. Dark red might not be enough. We may need bright red. And if we search, so what's this? This is chestnut. If we look at hickory logs, they burn at bright red. So we may need to chop down a different tree. We'll leave that guy there because he's not going to burn. He's not, or melt. Sorry, he's not going to do that. These are maple. We'll double check maple. What's the maple log looking like? Maple's bright red. We can do that. What I might just do is get rid of this stuff. Makes my job a little easier in terms of storage. And I'll see if I can get at least one sapling. Yep, beautiful. Chop this guy down, get the logs, swap them in there, because bright red should be plenty. Bright red should be welding level. Do we have stuff? Yep, maple. Okay. Our inventory, as per usual, completely clogged up, but not much we can do there. Okay, so, it can work at dark red. My suspicion, however, is that by the time we get it over to the anvil, it is not workable anymore. Brass mechanisms. How do we do what we want? Was it a double ingot that we need? What are we trying to make again? We're trying to make a sealed door. Right. It needs brass rods, which can be anviled into brass rods. And yet here we are. With it sort of not working out. This is definitely brass. Obviously it's too hot now. I'll be honest, I don't know. Anvil, brass rod. And what's the difference here? My guess, just looking at it, is that we need a better anvil or something, or maybe a better hammer, but why should I be able to make the brass mechanisms? Okay. There is another option. I think we can get our hands on this guy, the rolling mill, possibly. I'd need iron plates. Which we could make. We can make these normal iron plates because we do have iron that we've found. Oh, but we don't have a block of iron. Yeah, no, it's not doable. But I was gonna say, like, we've got 2. Why can't I make brass rods? And there's seemingly no information about it. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to look this up. I read the book a little bit, but I didn't get anywhere. All right, so word on the street is that we need a better anvil. That's I guess the idea here. Well, that's incredibly annoying. Okay, sure. So if we want the cellar to be legit in terms of most of the time, without having to break bricks and replace bricks, we will need this new anvil regardless. Yeah, I mean, makes sense, I guess. Maybe we could do like a piston maneuver or something else, maybe. But I mean, this makes sense to me. Sealed door, I am curious if it will mention something. No, it's just talking about aging cheese and doing all that sort of stuff. Cellar is used for food preservation, for example, by using food shelves and hangers. The cellar performs better in environments with colder average temperatures for food preservation below 0 degrees. Decay modifiers work slightly better below 12 degrees. They prefer much better. Okay. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Alright, I should be able to sleep through this night and the charcoal should be done. That will allow us to start emptying the crucible. Sure, we'll start that up. We'll see if we have enough to make the anvil. We might still, even though we wasted however much we wasted, I think we still may be able to do it. There's no smoke here, so I believe we're good to go. Okay, yep, a bit of a mess made, but it's fine. Okay, so once again, we fill this guy up. Yeah, we probably want that guy to heat up as well. What are we doing? Does anyone remember? Light it on fire. Perfect. I can also show you a little trick. If we grab a piece of copper, in fact, we'll grab copper, zinc. I was going to say and bismuth out, but do we even have any bismuth? I guess it's none of my bismuth. I do need to go get some more. Great. Okay, cool. Yeah, we wasted it all in here. So yeah, this will slowly empty. Sure, there it goes. It's doing its thing. Wonderful. In the perfect world, it would empty of brass and unknown, and then we would get the actual thing that we want. But the problem is it's like doing a perfect ratio so that they'll all drain at the exact same time. The thing I was going to say was this thing takes a while to heat up. An ingot does not. But the ingot would go into this vessel and completely heat up the entire vessel at once. That's how that works. Now, I'm also sort of realizing that we're wasting all this charcoal because I need more bismuth. You know what I mean? I mean, there's no point even doing anything here because I've got to go get some bismuth and it'll be cool by the time that happens. So we'll leave that there, whatever. In the meantime, bismuth is in that direction. Bismuth is a fun word to say with a lisp. It's a very fun word to say with a lisp. All right, here we are on Mount Bismuth. So, prospecting hammer. Whack at the ground, found nothing. Large sample of bismuth. Large sample, nothing. Very large sample. Okay, from my knowledge, when there's very large sample, that is where you dig. There's no point digging anywhere else, in my experience, than where this says large. If you're going for the small traces, you're going to be looking for ages. You might as well just give up. That's genuinely been what I've found so far. So we'll see if at least a large sample will find us something. I do have ladders on me, so as long as we don't go 20 blocks down, we'll be good. But we should run perfectly into it, is my idea here. Oh, there we go, bismuth. You can't see it because there's particles, but there it is. So I'll finish digging this up. We'll set up our supports, we'll set up our ladders, and we'll dig some stuff up. We don't need a crazy amount of this, but we do need some. We need at least like 4 ingots or something. So it's not too rough. Oh, this is the first time I've ever seen a wild melon be rotten. I've never seen it before. I guess they have a pretty good rate on them, but I've always just seen them perfectly fine. That's why I've sort of avoided picking them up because I'm like, that's some good emergency food, just a perfectly fine melon. That's good to know though. So as you can see, we've got plenty of stuff and things. This guy in here didn't heat up just enough, so we'll light this up again. Obviously, I want the bismuth to go somewhere. And this thing's empty, or at least, you know, it's full of the unknown magic source. Awesome. So we've got zinc, we've got bismuth. Yeah. Okay, we can do this. So my plan is to empty all the zinc into here. So we've got about 2 ingots worth. I'll double check the bronze recipe. So let's search bismuth bronze, which is going to be this one here. The alloying ratio here is you can do 20%, right? So if we're trying to make 10 ingots, you can put 2 ingots in if you want. So we'll have 2 ingots of zinc. We can do 1 of bismuth, I guess, and then we'll do, what, 60 copper, so 6 ingots of copper, roughly. I don't know if that all adds up perfectly, but it's an option. We'll see what we can do. So I only want to put 1 ingot of bismuth. There we go. So this is going to go in here, and that should make 1 ingot. We'll have 2 ingots of zinc, and then we just want to start putting some copper in. So we'll start off with, I guess, 4 ingots. This thing has that in there. That's going to ignite this so that we can cast some more copper ingots. Do I need to cast more copper ingots, or do we just empty it out of that? I think we just empty it out of this. I think that makes more sense. So we'll light it up, and this is it. It's beginning. So now it is a waiting game. Actually, you know what? I will place this in here so that I can get the vessel molten. That way it'll instantly be able to put the copper in here. Otherwise, you have to wait for the entire thing to heat up. And the more liquid you have in the vessel, the longer it takes. And it takes a very long time. This might work, by the way. I'm not 100% sure. I saw this work in a much smaller scale. But it's possible that this will make the entire vessel molten. Listen, we'll see. If it does, it's genuinely like game changing. All right, so yeah, this thing's filling up. Currently, it's an unknown liquid because it's just bismuth and zinc, and it's not a perfect ratio. Obviously, we're waiting for the copper to fall in, a little bit more zinc to go in, but it should be good. I am very hopeful of this. I also noticed this heats up a lot faster, as you can see. Jeez. Like, this is already, there it is. It's in there. Oh, bismuth bronze. Already, we can make this stuff. How cool is that? Now I'm going to continue emptying this in, because that's just more bismuth available to us, right? I could actually take this out when it's a perfect 200, and I might do that. So in a second... Oh my god, it's villainous. It's fine, it's fine. 1 millibucket, I don't mind us. Oh no, we lost a millibucket. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Down here, this thing's molten, which means this thing, look at the heat, orange 4. It worked perfectly. So now we can start pouring this in. And so what we're aiming for here is pretty much 10% there, right? Yeah. So what would that be? 1 and 3. So arguably when this is at 700 millibuckets, but I don't think that adds up. Even though that should. Because in order for this to be 10%, there has to be 700. Oh, maybe it will. We'll see. So we're trying to get this to 700. But because this is like 0.1, I think the ratio is going to be off ever so slightly, and it's actually going to ruin everything. So what we might do as well is put just a tiny piece of poor bismuth in there. Actually, you know what? I can put in one of these. That's 10 millibuckets. So we'll do that. That'll just push this just a little bit over 10, because I think if this is 700 exactly, which, you know what, I'll check just to make sure. I believe it will go below, because this is at 0.1. Although I guess if I stop this... Oh, I was going to say, oh, hey, that looks like it works. What do I do now? Hold on. We don't have the inventory for this. I didn't come prepared. What do I need? Do I just do ingots? I mean, I guess. So... Oh, actually, no. It says it's unknown. Oh, I think because there's too much copper. Yeah, all right. All right, hold on. So maybe we do want some more zinc. Okay. So we put too much copper, because if you remember, the alloy is 65%. So now we've got to bring this alloy back down. Oh, but then the bismuth is going to be below. Actually, you know what? Regardless, the bismuth is going to be below, and we'll need a little bit more. So I'll tell you what. I mean, if it's going to happen regardless, we might as well put it all in. So zinc's going to go in. Oh, not there. Why did you do that? Oh, yeah. Why does shift click Oh my god. Just disable the ability to shift click into this thing. If I shift click the wrong thing into the left side, it breaks. If I shift click the wrong thing into the right side, it breaks. It's gonna break regardless. The thing is though, why does something that already has something in it, when I shift click it, not go into here, but it goes into there, like left to right. Instinctively left, not right. Oh my god. And here's the thing. Notice how when you can hear me, you can probably hear me holding shift. Do you see anything on the screen? No, you don't see anything. I refuse to believe that it is that difficult to have it so that when I hold shift on something, it highlights where it's going to go when I click it into it. Like am I crazy in thinking that that is a simple solution? And here's the thing, right? The mod, the Terra Firma Craft, it's a difficult mod, right? It's a difficult mod. This isn't difficulty. Putting the item into a mystery slot, or, mystery unless you learn it and get used to it, that's not difficulty, that's annoying. And there is a difference. There is a very big difference. If you've ever played Escape from Tarkov, the gameplay, that's difficult. The menu when you're not in the game and you're in the menu and the trading system, that's annoying. There's clear differences. This is just annoying. No one wants to play an annoying pack. They want to play a hard pack. And it's not even the pack. It's literally this mod is up good. Oh my god. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm okay. Okay, listen. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm calmed down. Okay, so I'm going to put the zinc in there. And I'm going to put in 4 of this. You know what? I kind of need to put in a full ingot, don't I? No, take that stuff out. Yeah. Just drop it. I get that you don't stack because you're too hot. Sure. But that's a you problem. Alright, so I think I need to put an ingot's worth in here. Does that, not even of malachite to begin with. Why was I even looking at that? But of bismuth. And then I think that'll be good. Because currently there's still nothing. Chuck in the bismuth. That'll be a perfect ingot on top of the already stuff. Oh, but I took some stuff out as well. God. There's so much about this that is just infuriatingly bleh. Just bleh. Bleh, bleh. Alright. Well, anyway. Oh my god. Okay. This is molten, unknown. It's useless. Unknown ingot. Get it out of here. Cool. What we're going to do is make sure these ingot molds are empty. And I'm not even going to shift click anymore. We're just going to manually place them in there. And we have ourselves our first molten bismuth bronze ingot. Okay. Oh, dude. Well, listen. It'll be worth it at the end, okay? It'll be worth it. I'm hopeful. Like, look at this. Look at what we're doing. This is pretty good. So, to make the... Here, remain calm. To make this bronze anvil, we need... Because you can make a bismuth bronze anvil. You can see it's down here. We need 7 bismuth double ingots. So we need 14 ingots total. And I think we can do that. So I'll chuck this stuff in here. Maybe we need some more heat in there. I'll chuck some more charcoal in. Why not? This stuff is cooling down. It's going to take a while to cool down. If you don't cool down, I think the risk of the mold breaking is higher. I believe that's how that works. Alternatively, I'm pretty sure that I can just chuck them in water and it's actually just kind of better in terms of cooling them down. Oh yeah, here we go. I think we're good. So I've got them all now and... Oh, this ingot mold's still hot. There we go, that's cooling. But the rest of them appear to be cool. And it breaks anyway. The mold's breaking... And it being like unavoidable, just random chance. That's just annoying. There's so many things that are just annoying. Alright. We clearly need some more, not bricks. That's not what we need. We need some more molds. Ingot molds. So I'll make a few more. And we'll go ahead and chuck them in here. Make sure they start getting heated up. Beautiful. Okay. And then this guy should still be hot. And in goes the ingot mold. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll see how many we get from this. Obviously, the goal is 14. 14 ingots we require. Whether we'll get there with this lot, I don't necessarily think so, but it's possible. We might be close. Because we've got a decent amount in here. And I hope we have enough stuff. I think we have enough stuff to just like top them up. You know what I mean? Like put a few extra ingots in. Oh, look at that. You can hover over them while they're dancing around in there. Oh, and it's not even accurate, the heat that that it says. But anyhow, we're good. We are dehydrating and whatnot, but... Oh, not dehydrating, hungering. Starving, that's the one. That should be fine. I think that's an easy fix. We just grab some dough. Now, the dough has no nutrition, but I don't think that matters. Because we still get hunger, we just don't get any nutrition. And it doesn't look that good, like it probably is better to heat it up, but yeah. Okay, so, let's continue. We are pretty much done, it looks like, in terms of the stuff we've got. Let's top that up as well. We've got some ingot molds, beautiful. So yeah, we were actually very close. Because we've obviously got, what, about 11 here? That's pretty good. That's not too bad. If I get rid of these rocks... of course they don't all fit. We can make these rocks into other rocks. And that's pretty good. But what I was going to say is we can probably top this thing up. So I'll grab the copper out, we'll grab the zinc, and I'll grab... we might be able to do that. Yeah. So I'm going to put in an ingot worth of bismuth. I'm going to put in an ingot of zinc. And we're going to let that stuff melt. While that's happening, I guess I'll cool down all these ingots. Do they cool down in the rain? Doesn't sound like it. All right, so in here is another mystery liquid. We have 40% of both of these, and we need a lot more of this. So I'm going to put in 3 ingots to begin with, and we'll see where it goes from there. I think if I did 4 or 5, yeah, I think 4 or 5 ingots would probably do it perfectly, but just to be sure, I'll only put in a little bit. I'm definitely going to need more charcoal, by the way, so maybe I will chop down some trees. The reason I'll need more is because I've got to heat up every single one of those ingots. And obviously, what do I need to do with it? I need to work it, right? We need to do that stuff. I don't know the burn rate of the bismuth. Orange plus. Okay. But yeah, so what are we looking at? We do have bismuth. We have at least 4 ingots total here, and we only need 3 more, so that sounds pretty good. So I'll chuck them in, and we'll get the stuff. What I might do as well is... Obviously, this will be the last ingot we need. I might grab another ingot out and make a pickaxe from it. Because I think that would be pretty good. I think... Oh, you know what? We might actually have 2 more ingots in here. Which means I could get like an axe. That could be nice. Yeah, we've got at least 1 more in there. Beautiful. Okay. This is nice. So my understanding at the moment is there will be waste. Actually, there won't be. I guess I can make a thing for it, right? A vessel. And that'll be pretty good. Yeah. Okay, so what is the plan? The plan is to heat up 2 ingots and then weld them. How do you do that, you may be wondering? Well, we need a hammer. We've got a hammer. Cool. I believe you place the ingots on, then you just right-click. You like shift right-click with it. And then that makes them into a double ingot, which is what we need all that stuff to be. So... I'm going to place in 2 because they heat up pretty fast in here. We've got 2 inventory spots for the 2 differently heated ingots in case they are differently heated. Now, they need to be at weld temperature, not work temperature, obviously, weld temperature. And we need to buckle in. Okay, so before it gets to orange, so it should get to bright red. That might be when it can weld. Bright red. Okay, bright red, maybe 4. Boom, boom. Okay, awesome. Shift right click, boom. That, my friends, is a bronze double ingot. So we need to do that a few more times. Now, if you had better inventory management, you could obviously have a lot more happen. You know what I mean? Like we could have a lot more ingots on our hotbar that are molten and go boom, 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 right? So for example, I should be able to do 4 at once. The risk here is that you know, one of them accidentally melts, and then we just cast again. Like it's not that big of a deal, right? And if it literally doubles how long this is going to take, like so as in halves how long this will take, why not? So we'll start grabbing them at bright red 3 probably, just to be on the safe side. All right, so bright red 2, bright red 3. I'll grab all of those out. Shift click, boom, 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 boom. Oh god, boom. Awesome. Yeah. So honestly, that's not too bad. Clearly, these things are boiling. By the way, yeah, you might have almost heard then. I almost just like instinctively swore just because of I don't know. I don't know if it's because of how annoyed I am or if it's just I'm relaxed and then I'm in the moment, but there may be I've just realized how I don't know. I don't intentionally not swear, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like, oh no, I better not swear, but I also am to a certain extent. Like I just try not to so that anyone can watch, right? But it's not a conscious thing, right? It's just sort of I just don't, right? When we're doing this, oh, grab this stuff. Did I grab it all? I think I did, but I think the inventory messed up a bit. We're good. Yeah, it's just sort of subconscious, like it just happens, or I guess it just doesn't happen in this example. And so there's a chance that I just have been swearing, you know what I mean? And I just, because I haven't been aware, I haven't been constantly thinking about it until just then when I went to explain how hot these were with some beautiful language. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's also because my voice is like dying. Yeah. How much more do I need? I think just these two, to be honest. All right, so bright red 3, grab all those out. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-dum. There we go. Okay, so I believe we now have everything. I cannot hold everything. Now I can. And so I believe we can craft these together to make ourselves a bismuth bronze anvil. Here it is. Boom. Looks nice. Made of bismuth. Wonderful. Slap that guy in there. Okay, so what is the plan? Well, I need to make another hammerhead. So we'll grab that stuff out. And then we're going to try and make these brass rods and complete the cellar. And that should be it. That's the plan. So that's obviously going to be brass that is heated up. But we will need 2 brass heated up. We can probably just do 1 to begin with, you know. Don't have to get too crazy with it. Let me just double check, right? Brass rod. Beautiful. Now, I've got 2 in here, so I don't really know how that's going to work, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So these will melt at orange. So we can chuck them in here. They're going to heat up like crazy. This could ruin our entire mixture if I let it get too hot. So bright red 2, maybe we take them out. Or maybe even bright red 1, depending on how... Actually, no, because we don't need them to weld. We just need we just need them hot. So dark red... Oh, yeah, already. Okay. I'll go to bright red. Might as well. All right, bright red. Grab both of those out. I'll see if I can do both at once. I don't think I can, but no. No? Or maybe. Okay. No, only one of them's working. So I'm going to send it over here, and I'm going to try to line it up. That might not be perfectly lined up, I'm not sure. Bend last, draw second last, draw third last. Okay, so we're going to be doing 30 backwards plus 7. We're going to be 27 backwards, which means I need to go 27 forward. How do we get to 27 with this? Okay, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. I know how to do it. Let's just take that out. Hopefully that doesn't melt. I can do it. I can do it. Trust. Assuming that I'm thinking correctly. So this goes in. We're going to go an upset, a bend, and a bend. Then we're going to do draw, draw, bend. What? Am I crazy? That was 27, because that does 20, and then plus the 7. That should have done it. Unless that's not lined up. I think that's lined up. Hold on. Alright. They don't. It doesn't need to be perfect. Like, it doesn't need to be high quality. It just needs to happen. I wonder why. I wonder what I did there wrong. I obviously did something wrong. So I'm going to try this again. We're going to do 27, which should be that. Then we want 2 draws and a bend. Oh, 23. 23. Okay, 23. Yeah, sorry, my bad. The funny thing, if you don't really like know what I'm doing, this probably is just so confusing. Okay. Let's go back. Try and line it. That looks lined up. So we need to go 23 forward. That's a little bit harder to do, to be honest. 23. How the hell do I do 23 forward? 23. 23. I think I do this. That's 20. Plus 6 minus 3. That's 23. So then we're going to do draw, draw, bend. Perfect. Too easy. What are you guys talking about? It's the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Okay. Hopefully there's still heat in here. There's barely any. Might be enough though, because this thing does heat up very, very quickly. I don't have any more charcoal on me. We can probably heat this guy up in a fire anyway, like a campfire. I'm just sort of using the stuff we've got here. So we'll get this to bright red, hopefully. Maybe, although it has slowed down quite a bit. Like, it genuinely, if we need to do a campfire, it's not a big deal at all. Faint red, dark red. It's getting there. Oh, it just went down, I think. So I'll quickly chuck this guy in. Obviously, I want this. I'm going to bring it all the way up here. Go back, go forward. That's perfect. It's the exact same thing as before. So we're going to do... it's out of juice. Okay. That's fine. So what we're going to do is chuck it in here, put in a bright red maple log, and I'm going to go ahead and ignite that. So this should heat it up to bright red. I might need to put some more in just to, make sure. And so this will never melt it because obviously it can't get to orange unless I blow the bellows, and then it might, but we should be good. All right, it's at bright red. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to run and hope I can get there in time. I should probably bring one of these closer to the other. Okay, so upset, bend, 1, 2, 3, do this, draw, draw, bend. Easy. Perfect. Okay, so now we have brass rods. I need to go get myself the sealed bricks. We just need 3 of them. And we should have exactly what we need to complete this cellar. And then we'll give it a test. We'll do a little test run. See how well it actually makes stuff. Boom, boom. Sealed door. Voila. Come down here. Slap it there. There we go. Cellar exists. If I have the door open, is it still a cellar? Yep. Wonderful. All right. So, what is the plan? First of all, I don't know if chests work. And so we'll see. This chest should get a natural buff from the cellar. That's my guesstimate. I'll obviously bring in the containers over here. Oh, there's plenty of melons. Now, if you were ever unsure on what the purpose was... If you were ever unsure on what the purpose was for these food shelves... It's things like this. It's when you've got melons that are all different spoil rates and you want them to all be the same. So we'll also pick this up. We'll pick this up and that should be good. Okay, we won't do that. You know what? We kind of will. So I'm going to put melons in here, which is going to ruin the preservation life of some of these new ones that we just got, but it's fine. But we're going to chuck them all in here. And as you can see, they all go in here. And then what happens is you can actually take them all out and they're all in one stack. And so we'll bring this with. I won't be able to bring that other thing with me just yet, but we'll go ahead and slap this guy in the cellar and see what it's telling us. So in here, preservation date is currently just 5 months normally. If I place it in this chest, it is still 5 months. Nothing there has changed. Cool. If I place it onto a preservation shelf, it is still 5 months. Nothing has changed. Invalid cellar, it says. Oh, now it says it's in a valid cellar. This will now last 1 year. So it's doubled its life, I believe. I think. On a cellar shelf. Beautiful. So, actually, we do have this vessel. We'll slap this guy down here as well. So these say nothing. They do. They say they're preserved, so I'm guessing it's just the same. I don't really know. I don't really know what the difference is. Okay, so oat flour in here lasts for 10 months. Actually, you know, I don't have a, I don't have another food shelf, but we'll see what the difference is. Maybe I'll eat one as well. How much did it say? It said like 8 months or something. So I'll bring you, and I'll also bring you. Perfect. We're not overweight. Wonderful. So we'll quickly jump down here. So we'll place another shelf, and I'm going to place oat flour in there. It's an invalid cellar. Now it's a valid cellar, and that'll last 1 year. So it will last longer. It will last it will last longer than it will in the large vessel. Cool. That's awesome. And these are a lot more convenient. So that's obviously, what's that? That's oat flour. So any other oat flour we have in here, I could take out and pile up in that one. Why not? There we go. So it's going to last a little bit less now because we put in obviously an older piece, but I mean, lasting for years is crazy. So yeah, we can bring that stuff in there. I guess transition everything into food shelf slowly. I clearly need the food to be closer to the cellar. So what we may end up doing is this part here, we may do a greenhouse and obviously have that connect into the cellar below there. That could be fun. Put an extra door, or even just lead into the door, because the door should be, I think, right there. So hey, it's an option. Maybe we do it, maybe we don't. Who knows? You know what? I will go and grab the rest of those shelves and like, you know what? Yeah, we'll shelve everything up. Why not? The main reason I'm doing this is because I think it'll look good in the thumbnail, to be completely honest with you. We also have a lot of food here. All right, sweet. So as you can see, we've filled up the shelves here quite nicely. Some of these are lasting a few months, 1 month, but some of these are lasting years, which is obviously very, very nice. Sweet. Yeah. And so this is just infinite. It'll just do this forever. I think if the temperature down here was somehow like sub-zero, I believe it would last even longer, which is pretty cool. Now, in terms of doing that, I don't know if you can get like a cooler. Doesn't really look like it. But yeah, anyway, I think that's it. I'm happy. We did a lot this episode. We got bismuth bronze anvil. We got a cellar up and running. Win, 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 win. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thank you, of course, to our channel members, and well, thank you to everyone watching, right? Thank you to our tier 3 channel members, Melizzy and Andre. And we have the name tags here, and I believe Melizzy said that she would be willing to be a donkey. And so, welcome. Yep, there it is. It's kind of difficult. I need to move that. I'll move that thing later. I'll try to move the overlay, but it's there. And then I'll probably make Andre the male dog over here. Boom. Awesome. Nice. So thank you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you're enjoying how the base is turning out. I think it's not too bad. The house is still a mess, but we'll slowly upgrade it. It'll get better. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.